Well, hello everyone. Today we're looking at multiplying negative numbers, and here's one we're familiar with: 2 times 2 equals 4. But we could say, couldn't we, that it's plus 2 times plus 2 equals plus 4. We just don't include the plus sign very often in our equations, do we? So we could conclude from this that a plus multiplied by a plus equals a plus. Or if you don't want to see disembodied symbols, plus 1 times plus 1 equals plus 1. So what happens when you multiply a negative number by a positive? So minus times a plus equals a minus. Or we could try it the other way round. Let's try the other way round. A plus times a minus also equals a minus. Well, what's happening here? Well, as I said in my last video, the negative sign reverses what comes next. So if the negative sign comes first, it reverses the plus to produce a negative. If the plus sign comes first, well, as we've seen, the plus sign doesn't change anything. It keeps the status quo. So a plus multiplied by a minus also equals a minus. So in both cases, when we multiply a positive number by a negative number, we get a negative number. Well, you may be able to guess what's coming next. What happens when we multiply a negative by a negative? We get a plus. Now that might sound amazing, but it's just following the laws we've already looked at, isn't it? The minus sign is reversing the minus sign to produce a plus sign. So following this rule then, if we multiply minus 2 by minus 2, it equals plus 4. And it's just following those rules of reversing. So we see the result of this equation is the same as the result of this equation. So we have another example here of a negative sign reversing another negative sign to produce a plus sign. And so as any pair of negative numbers multiplied together produce a positive number, we can infer then that if we have an even number of negative numbers multiplied together, the result will always be positive. If we have an odd number of negative numbers multiplied together, the result will always be negative.